Hey folks, happy Hangover Monday. Welcome to First Coast Living. I'm Curtis Dvorak.
And I'm Maddie Dietrich-Morrow.
Well, look, if you've been watching the show, you've heard me or seen me online plenty of times over the last 7 months say that being a parent has been the greatest thing I've ever experienced or been a part of or done in my entire life, including jumping off of light towers. And Jasmine and I have experienced our share of challenges since he's been born, as many parents do, but many face challenges long before that. Unfortunately, infertility is something they struggle with in silence, but it's time to talk about it.
That's right, and First Coast News anchor Keitha Nelson is here to start that conversation. Yeah. Welcome to the show.
Thank you guys. Hattie, Curtis, thank you guys for having me. That's right, let's talk about it, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
You hit the nail on the head, Curtis, is that there's so many women out there suffering in silence. And I was like, when this happened to me, I said to myself, I refuse to be a part of the problem. I'm talking about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think it's an embarrassment thing as well. So throughout the week, we'll be documenting my IVF journey, sharing it with viewers, but not just mine, women all across the First Coast as well. And when you talk to them, they tell you, I was embarrassed at a point. Yeah. Embarrassed about miscarriage, embarrassed about fertility issues. It's kind of like, it's a part of your womanhood, right? You're supposed to be able to have a child, but it's not always that easy.
And last night was the first part of it where you talked about the beginning stages of it, where yours is a unique journey too, because you decided to go to Barbados.
Yeah, I did. So first of all, I'm not afraid of the islands. I know a lot of people are kind of like a stigma. What are you going over there? I was born in Jamaica, West Indies, right? So I'm cool with the Caribbean. I love it. It's kind of like going home for me. But my husband and I chose Barbados for a number of reasons. So IVF is very expensive, right? And the costs vary depending on your medical needs. For me, the quote I got in the States was about $20,000.
Wow.
Insurance covers, guess how much?
I already know, none.
Goose egg.
Zero.
Unfortunately.
Wow.
A goose egg, right. So we did a lot of research, months and months of research, and I came up on the specialist, highly regarded. Her name is Dr. Juliet Skinner. She works at Barbados Fertility Center, and the more I read into it, the more reviews I saw, and I was just like, doesn't it make sense to go to an island to do something so stressful?
Yeah.
IVF is stressful. I mean, we went through months of medication and labs, and anyone who goes through this will tell you it's a lot. So
the shots, right? The daily shots.
Yeah, and that's because I saw that. I remember seeing that in the package. You had a box full of all those needles it just gave me.
I held on to that. Hattie, you were just joking about the threats I'm going to give to my children. That's going to be one of them, showing them, look what I went through. You know what I mean? All these needles to get you here. That was difficult for me because I'm afraid of injections.
I can imagine. I'm terrified of them, so I can't imagine having to do that daily.
My husband initially started to do them for me because we did them on my thigh and my stomach as well, but I end up kind of like hitting him once. Oh, no. I was so angry. I was like, this hurts, get off of me, you know? So I had to start doing it on my own, and I just iced the area, numb it, and it helped, but it was tough. It was tough. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is something that should really help other women, because there's something about knowing you're not alone whenever you're going through something like this.
Exactly. So when I was going through this journey, initially I felt as if I was alone, like, what's wrong with me? There actually is something wrong with me. I have endometriosis, which is a disease that's kind of like tissue that, in my case, it attacked my my uterus, my reproductive system, so it caused some problems with fertility. So IVF was kind of like our only choice other than adoption. You know, we tried IUIs, that didn't work. But again, the biggest thing for me is to erase the stigma. I do not want women to feel ashamed at all. This happens. It happens. It's okay. And there is hope, because it's been 6-7 years my husband and I have been trying. And, you know, and for a while you feel hopeless, like this is never going to happen. So when we finally, you know, decided to do IVF and it actually worked the first time, hello.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. We talked about the price. So $20,000. Imagine this. You try it once, $20,000, all you have. It doesn't work. What happens? You got to do it again.
Yeah.
And people will do this again and again and again, spending everything they have, going into debt just to have a child, and sometimes it does not work. So that's why we're like, thank you, Jesus.
It's an amazing series of stories. I've watched some of them. Jeff, our good friend, has been doing.
Jeff
you got to watch these. When can people see all these? Because they're absolutely captivating.
Yes, we forgot about that. I was just talking. Okay, so started Sunday throughout the entire week on Good Morning Jacksonville. We're on from 5 to 7 in the morning. You can catch it, and then again at 5 p.m. on First Coast News. Oh, and then the webisodes on YouTube. So we're all over the place. If you're looking for more information about IVF, I wanted to make the information available, just put it out there, so there are plenty of ways you can find out about the process itself and how to get involved. And you are not alone. That's the biggest thing I want to get across there to
Thank
women.
you
so
And I'm
proud of
sorry
you.
I'm breathing heavy because they're like,
Everyone
did I tell you we're
understands.
having twins, by the way? Yeah. So they're like all over the place, and I'm out of breath.
Everyone
Thanks so
understands.
much, Keitha. And you guys can follow along with Keitha's series, IVF and Infertility, on First Coast News and firstcoastnews.com.
So proud of you.
Yeah.